Mohammed, welcome to the
Morning.
Executive Coffee Club.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, sir.
We've been knowing each other for more than 4 years now.
Yes.
And I must say that your career is very impressive.
Alhamdulillah.
You have moved from managing very important mandates from Emiratisation to crypto.
Yes.
This is like a very big stretch. It shows, how deep and influential you are in this country. But before going there, I wanted to ask you a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from? How did you arrive to manage such a very important projects?
I think so. If I go back a bit to the past, I was raised for a while in Australia. And Australia was, as I say, the founding stone for me in life. Comparing it between the UAE and Australia, I think Australia gave me that understanding of who I am, who I want to be, and what challenges I can take in life. And being raised in a boarding school where I was the only Arab, the only Muslim in that boarding school, it was a bit difficult and a bit challenging. And it was all about me taking risks because it was always pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I think that was the Muhammad that it created, Australia that it created. And when I came back to the UAE, I was ready to take any challenges, and I was never shy, never scared. I would always push myself to make sure that I understand what I'm doing.
Very good. Very, very impressive. And you've been decorated by the State of Order of Fiji.
Yes.
Where does it come from?
Yes.
Who is decorated that?
Funny enough, the ex-president of Fiji, who is a good friend, he's more of let's say, a father, uncle figure that I look up to. I met him in Australia, and then later on he went on working for United Nations and so on. And then I brought him to, or let's say back in 2015, 16, I introduced him to the United Arab Emirates. His son is a pilot with Emirates Airlines. He's visited the UAE, did change the way that he looked at this region. He never had visited the UAE, only translating via Abu Dhabi International Airport or Dubai International Airport. But it did, for him being here for 4 or 5 days, did make him change and understand what the UAE is, how the people of the UAE is, and how this has shaped Mohammed. So he uses this as a joke sometimes when we speak, saying, you're an Australian by head, but an Emirati by design. So I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing, but I did contribute on a few things when it comes to helping investors getting into Fijis through my personal contacts. They went on board supporting the president and his initiatives and the beautiful initiatives that they have over there in Fiji. And so when he was here in Dubai, after he met at that time, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed was the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. The next morning, he says, I have a gift for you. So I went up, and I remember to his hotel here in Dubai. I visited him, and I was like, Mr. President, I have this eager inside of me to know what is the gift. So here I see a medal and a nice, beautiful certification that I still hold, and I'm very proud of. And he's still that a bit of that old school that still enjoys writing letters. So every year for Christmas and on occasions, he does send me nice, beautiful letters that I enjoy looking at and remembering it.
That's great. That's great. And so you had a print from a government point of view in the Emiratization process. So I know you've been transitioning into NAFIS and promoting NAFIS. Can you tell us a little bit what was the challenge and what was your legacy there, Emiratization?
So during my time working in the government, I think so. I was the director of the Abshar initiative. That was a pure Emiratization initiative, where that later on, I will not say dissolved, but it transited into the NAFIS program today. And NAFIS to me is something very dear, and it's dear to every single Emirati in this country. It showed the private companies in this country that what Emiratis can deliver and what challenges are they able to take. And it did push Emiratis to come out of their comfort zone. The credit really needs to go to His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the UAE Vice President, Deputy Prime Minister, and the Chairman of the Presidential Court, for the amazing, job that he's done with NAFIS, and especially His Excellency Ghannam Al-Mazouri, who's the Secretary General of NAFIS. The guy did go out of his way as a Secretary General day and night, and I had the chance to see this in my bare eyes, the things that he was able to deliver, and the things that he was able to do. Of course, the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratisation played a very pivotal role in shaping that when it comes to the 2% law and recruiting UAE nationals. But then we started seeing semi-governments, and we started seeing free zones that were interested in bringing these UAE nationals on board. So in a way, we were, being that 6 years in the government made me push, because I did believe the credibilities that the UAE nationals had, and it was let me say, a pride that I had inside of me seeing today. And today, to be honest, if you're going to Carrefour or you're going to shopping malls, things you would never see UAE nationals doing before, and that they are there today. They're they're in the money exchange. They're everywhere. And yes, some companies felt a bit of discomfort, with the 2% law. How can the UAE nationals contribute? But I think so. It was a national agenda at that time, and we did see, if I'm not mistaken, there's more than 130 or 120, 130,000 UAE nationals working today in the private sector, based to what it was back in 2019. So that's just a jump of 200 to 300% that nobody was expecting to have. So to me, as Mohammed, as an Emirati, I'm very grateful for this initiative that it was passed by the government, and to have Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed as chairing this initiative, having Ghannam Boukhalifa as someone that really believes that the UAE nationals can deliver something in the end of the day, and it was a very proud moment for everyone to see this happen.
Absolutely. And I think that's the envy of a lot of GCC countries.
Correct.
I think definitely the UAE and Dubai as well is leading in that aspect.
And just to add, something good also about the NAFIS program, it's not just about having the UAE national being recruited. It's about getting them recruited and understanding where they have a career path in front of them. They know where they're heading. Something nice about the government also is they keep a track with the companies to make sure that this UAE national is coming to work. He's there, he's working, he knows what he's doing, what's his job description. So it's a beautiful package that has been designed by the UAE government today, for the UAE nationals in the private sector and for the companies that are today leading this private sector today.
Yes. So talking about that is very important. We are here at Schema University, for example, and this Schema University have programs like the Global Executive MBA, for example.
Correct.
Do you think that kind of programs would be of interest to, senior executives, Emiratis that want to go even further?
Of course, we have today, if we look at these programs, being in the DIFC Academy, you do have prestigious universities over here. So if you look at the third floor, you've got the University of Georgetown, where I am a proud student right now over there studying my executive MBA. You've got the London Business School. So yes, these executive MBA programs do shape the career of that UAE national, where he wants to head when it comes to the C-suite life or to the leadership roles that he wants to take in life. And that's what the executive MBA does create in you. It does not just focus on one agenda. No, it gives you a few agendas in 2 years' time for you to focus on. And the way that the programs are designed today over here in the DIFC Academy, despite the universities that are over here, it's done in a way that it's flexible and everyone can work on it. Yes, it is once or twice a month where you need to come in over a weekend, But again, it's not taking your time. You're focusing both on your work life. You've got a bit of some time to spend with family, but again, education is education, and it's good to be educated as long as you can.
Exactly, and part of those programs also include some visits in the different countries.
Correct.
They can meet, international companies and get fresh ideas and bring good practices.
And I think so over here in the UAE, if we look at some of the leadership programs that we have over here that is designed by the government, if it's under the Prime Minister's office or under the Executive Office of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Al-Rashid, that's the Mohammed Al-Rashid Leadership Program, or the government have taken some great initiatives when it comes to the leadership program and the sectors these leadership programs are, and it has created. We have seen UAE nationals that have entered this program as something and someone and coming out as a leader out of that program. These are the UAE has always taken a lead because these programs have graduated individuals where today they have become director generals, they become ministers, they become CEOs, and this just shows where the UAE is heading and the way that they have thought about it before anyone else has thought about it.
And what about the young people here, young Emiratis? How do you see their appetite for entrepreneurship or joining international companies here or in the world?
Well, to see again, you've other than having you're having NAFIS out there pushing these UAE nationals. We do have, the government has done great initiatives recently in supporting these entrepreneurships and making these UAE nationals not to be scared if they want to start their own business. So if they're looking at starting an AI firm or startup, or if they're looking into getting into the blockchain world, or if they're thinking to open a coffee shop, something or another is building their life and their career. So UAE nationals today, if we look at them, they look at us as the leaders up there, and how did they reach and how did they were able to deliver things on the table. So I do sit with a lot of young UAE nationals that reach out to me via social media on a regular basis. Sometimes a 19-year-old or sometimes a 22-year-old, and they always ask for an advice and saying, where do we see ourselves? And I go back to them replying, it's not for me to tell you where you can be. It's for you to ask yourself and to try and never be shy from trying. It's not, I always like to say this, it's not what you study in university means that you're going to start working in that same job. We all studied something in university, but we ended up on different jobs because again, 80% of us, the moment we leave university, we look at the areas that we think we can work because due to our bachelor's degree that we have just received, but then we see ourselves, no, we have other areas that we can contribute. We have other, let's say, characters that come out of us that we never knew that we were capable of delivering that. And that's, the skills that is there in the human beings. I think so. You need to try to see what you can deliver on the table.
And the government here is helping also. If an Emirati wants to open a new company, is there some support or
of course. So we have in Abu Dhabi, there is the Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Fund. In Dubai, you have the Mohammed Al-Rashid SME program, the Small Medium Enterprise Program, where they do support and finance UAE nationals that are looking to do startups businesses. And I believe there's another program under the Ministry of Economy also at the same time. So these programs do shape what the UAE national can do at the end of the day.
Yeah, and those programs are also inclusive, I guess, because the idea is to do a joint development with foreigners as well. Not only on segregating them, it's all together.
Correct.
So I'm talking about data centers.
Exactly.
I'm talking about the new technology that they're bringing in. And that leads us a little bit to some shift in your career.
Yes.
Talking about technology, talking about the most advanced actually topics we can talk about is crypto. And today you're the president of crypto.com for all the Middle East. So tell us a little bit, but I'm curious to know, how did you move from Emiratisation into crypto?
Well, see, moving into crypto.com, we can go on for hours about this, but just as I say, a short it came through a nice relationship that I had with a few of the seniors in crypto.com that I previously knew. And you know, when we were sitting and talking to see what are the areas where you know, crypto.com can add to this beautiful region that we're in today. And yeah, and I was offered a job. I was helping them out or advising them on a few things before joining them, and they saw there is some potential, and that's how we started working. And from day one, I had my foot on the ground. I remember I left the government and I entered, as I say, into the private sector within a weekend. So I didn't have any time off.
Yes.
It was straight focus driven. And alhamdulillah, where we have reached today with crypto.com and the region, I don't think so anyone has taken that lead.
So explain us, because we want to know a little bit what is the role of crypto.com, what do they do, and the impact in the, you know, local society and the finance world.
So look, in crypto.com today, we have few, let's say, divisions and products and services that we offer. But what we saw in this region is two things that people are very interested in. Is first thing is payments. So there are a lot of so let's say the biggest Bitcoin holders today on a global level are living here today in the UAE. So a lot of people were approaching me saying, Mohammed, do you see that crypto can be a part of the day-to-day transaction? And I was like, you know, it can. Regulations are there, but it's more about going and convincing people. So yeah, so alhamdulillah, you know, I approached the Dubai government on this product. In the beginning, for them, it was something new. They didn't understand it. And moving fast forward down the line, you know, with the support that I got out of the Executive Council and from the Department of Finance of Dubai government, it was amazing. And from an idea that was 50-50, we don't know what is crypto, how we can, as I say, accept crypto and settle in fiat. So we had to make sure that the business plan that we're putting it out for the government was very straightforward, and there wasn't any risk for them on it. And alhamdulillah, in May this year, we signed an MOU and a partnership agreement with the Department of Finance that allows more than, I think, so about 60 or 70 government entities today to have that, are enabling crypto payments on their on the websites. We have done a test live with Dubai government, and hopefully very soon, you know, you'll be able to do all your transactions within the next month with Dubai government.
So anyone would be able to buy, you know, a croissant, a coffee, paying by crypto.
That will eventually happen. We are working on few partnerships right now, and we're hoping that could be delivered in the next 6 to 8 months.
Oh, wow, that's very fast. And there is this tokenization of assets, as in you could buy an apartment, you could buy maybe you know, a villa.
Well, the RWAs are a new topic that has started here in the UAE. You know, credit goes out to, for instance, like Pripco today, that is headed by Emirati, where she has done an amazing job in the tokenization market, made the world see that what Dubai can create when it comes to RWA, making these real estate market not just affordable for an individual, but a group of people that can invest in one pool. So it was a nice initiative that started from Dubai, and we could see now the neighboring countries are also interested in the same thing. So yes, tokenization is a great project, because we should always look at you know, the UAE has become a country where it's been attracting a lot of millionaires and billionaires to move over here, but there are still individuals that are, you know, getting that 15,000 dirhams, 18,000 dirhams, but still want to start their first investment. So tokenization is a perfect step for them to start investing in, where it's just going to cost them 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 dirham to have that small fractional ownership of that property.
And what is the concept of stablecoin? What does it bring?
Stablecoin brings you a lot of things. If we, I don't know if you've ever had the chance of reading the white paper of Bitcoin or Satoshi's white paper, and it was a very interesting document that in the beginning when I read it, and this was back in 2020, 2021, and I could understand that stablecoin is there to stay. And the main reason is because right now, with the blockchain world, I can send basically funds to another party in less than seconds. This was never there before. Number two, having a crypto wallet does give you access to your own funds. So let's say, without naming countries, but there were some countries where a lot of businessmen, a lot of individuals where they had money lying in their bank account, but unfortunately they did not have access to that money. And they were, as they say, they had limited amounts that they could withdraw. So for someone that is working a 9-to-5 job over the weekends, that is really trying to build his life, and he goes at the end of the month to withdraw cash, and they say to him, "Oh, you can only withdraw $200 or $300." That's not something that he wants. And crypto did try to shape that world of finance. We don't compete. People think that the crypto world is competing with the banks. We don't compete with the banks. We do work with the banks, because at the end of the day, the client's money have to be lying with the bank, and that's where all the client money accounts are. So we do have great partnerships also. And if we look at crypto.com today with Standard Chartered Bank on a global level, where we majority of our client money accounts over there, we're very, my clients are very happy that they have easy access in and out. If it's in AED or if it's USD, they can do, they can play around with whatever currencies that they want to. A nice product that we also do offer with crypto.com that I really enjoy to show it, and this is our MasterCard. So you literally can sell your USDT or your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or Solana, and you can top up on this card in the currency that you'd like. So if you put it in USD, you want to have it in AED, on this card, it's good for traveling. You have easy access to your cash. And so in a way, it works as a normal debit card or prepaid.
I'm not one of those.
Inshallah. Well, I promise you, I will sort you out in getting a card.
That's really good. Okay, great. I'm going to fire a few questions for you, Jose. So in terms of the crypto misconception, can you tell us about a few misconceptions that people don't really understand yet, and that can frustrate the market in terms of the positioning of the crypto here?
But I would say it in general, and we've been seeing this on a global level, not just in the UAE or in this region, but on a global level. There are a few misconceptions. The young generations enjoy social media a lot. So they do believe when someone comes and says, "Believe me when I tell you buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever." And I say no to that. And the only reason I say that is because if you don't understand the market, do not go into the market. Because the last thing we want is someone coming up and saying, blaming a company, no matter what company are you investing in today or buying your stable coins on, saying that I lost my money because nobody was there to teach me. So on one aspect, I always say something good about crypto.com. We have our crypto.com university for people that do not understand the crypto market, where there is updated on a weekly basis. There is updated materials where you can go read, educate yourself before you go in. Number two, I think so the other misconception that happens in the market is people get scared a lot. And the way that they get scared is the moment they start seeing, no matter what stable coin or whatever token you're looking at right now is dropping, they start selling. And the more you sell, the more, you see a downturn in the market. So I always say, look at the market as any market. Okay, you're looking at the stock market today, or you're looking at the currency market today, or if you're looking at the crypto market, there's always ups and downs. But if you do believe in something that you're investing in, and you know that is there to last, then stick to it. Don't regret that you sold today and X amount, and then after a few weeks or 3 months, you see it's up by 20% and 30%, you say to yourself, oh, I wish I never sold. So this is another people do coming up to me and say, Mohammed, we hear that, in the crypto world, there's a lot of money laundering and whatever they want to say. And I keep saying to them, no. If you look at it in that way, why are you hearing governments, for instance, like United States and other governments that are passing laws and regulations in this aspect? You have governments, bonds, or let's say reserves that have started to invest in it. So the crypto world is there to last. It's the digital world, and that's where everyone's heading to.
Of course. Other people say that they are afraid to, invest their savings into a wallet. So how safe is it?
Again, it really depends on in what company are you working with when you're putting these savings. Again, if you have your money today in the bank, if you have your money today with a broker, is your money safe? No, you can't get hacked. But the way that people look at the crypto side, it's very difficult for you to get hacked as the way that people look at it. It's just a misconception that they have. Your money is very safe. You have access to your wallet. There is very strict verifications for you to access your wallet. It does not mean you have lost everything. Of course, if you have put in your money in a trade where you're not tracking, you're coming after 2 days, or you've just heard that the market has dropped, you walk in, and then again, you as an individual, it's your job every day to check the market, because in the crypto world, you don't have a broker that is brokering on your behalf. You are doing this by yourself. So if you're going to talk about safety, it's very safe.
So I couldn't trust crypto.com, for example, as a institution, being the guardian of my savings through the different products that they have.
I will just tell you this. We have 150, 160 million customers today on board. If they have trusted crypto.com, then I think so you can trust crypto.com on that. Yes.
And how does it work? I mean, do I have to contact someone or
nothing? You just go to the application store, you will download crypto.com.
Yeah.
If you're a UAE resident with your Emirates ID or your passport, you create an account. It goes via our compliant and KYC team. It's done from there. You have a virtual IBAN with Standard Chartered Bank that we bank with. So your money is over there. As we say, the client money accounts are over there. And you have a virtual IBAN where you can transfer funds and start trading. And it's a very straight forward. And you can apply for the debit card at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's very good.
And and the proof of address, of course, that needs to be there.
Very good. Other question. So the most impactful partnership you have seen, Dubai authorities, aviation bans, crypto?
For me, I think so would be Emirates Airlines. I still remember last year we went into Emirates, and it was something that they didn't understand it. So when we would sit down and talk, nobody was up for that to enable crypto payments with Emirates Airlines. Down the line, I have to give the credit, to the Dubai government, because that partnership that we signed with them, suddenly we had Emirates Airlines, Dubai Duty Free calling us up saying, Mohammed, can we also do the same thing? So from someone that was not on board and suddenly saying, okay, yes, Dubai government has gone ahead with this, why don't we go ahead with it? I think so Emirates Airlines was a very dear project to me that I made. I made sure that I delivered to my boss, that is Eric Anzani, who is the group president and the chief operating officer, and because he was with me in the first meeting when we entered in Emirates, and I remember I told him, I'm going to make sure I'm going to deliver this, and he smiled, and that smile did say that I thought maybe that smile was I will not deliver it because we lost hope, but alhamdulillah, it came through. And
so today one can buy a ticket
soon. You would not yet. Soon, by February, March next year, you'll be able to start buying tickets using.
Let me know, because I want to be the first one.
Inshallah,
Bye.
inshallah,
Okay.
inshallah.
And Dubai Duty Free follow the same path?
Exactly. And you'll be able to do that also by February, March next year in the retail stores that is in Dubai.
So they will all start together. Is it because there is a green light from
So we're the only crypto firm today in the UAE that have got the in principle approval from central bank for the SVF license, and that's mainly for the payment side of the business. I did, as I say, take that challenge up. People told me, Mohammed, you'll never get it, but alhamdulillah, we got that in principle approval, and it was during GITEX where we received it. So it was a very happy and proud moment for me on that day.
And that leads us to leadership. One question about leadership. One leadership habit that you never compromise on.
I need to ask you that question. What's one leadership habit that you...
I think you have to believe in the values of what you're selling or what you're doing. I think personally, I would never really work with an institution or in a country or with an organization that I don't believe the value on.
Okay. So when it comes to me, I think, so I always say to myself, as a leader, two things I never look at is my position, no matter what my title is. I always like to treat myself equal around the people that I'm with. And number two, I'm a salesman. So I believe in what I'm doing, the product that I'm selling, and I will take that long extend hours just to make sure that I'm delivering what I have promised on the table. And who knows, Mohammed? I always, 9 months ago, I was at the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival, and I was there on the stage, and there are a few topics that we spoke about, and I remember walking out of there, and a lot of people laughed. They said, "You're dreaming a lot." Things I spoke, in 6 months' time, I actioned it and I delivered it on the table. So these people that laughed are telling me today, "We're sorry." I was like, no, because if I was in your spot and I would hear you speaking like this, I would have said the same thing.
That's amazing. So you deliver for the country, Emiratisation. You deliver for the country.
I didn't deliver myself. There was a
You contributed.
Yes.
Also here with crypto, you contributed to lead the use, of crypto in many, companies and organizations in the UAE. Maybe it's going to be becoming the daily habit. So Emiratisation, crypto, what's next for you? What's your vision?
Well, see, everyone needs to have hope to where they see themselves in the career path. And I think so. What I dream about one day is to, and again, some people might laugh about this when they look at it in the podcast, but again, I do believe that I would like to be one of the decision makers when it comes to digital assets here in the UAE. I want to lead that project because I believe there is a lot to be done. Regulation, yes, but it's about more bringing these high net worth individuals, bringing them to the UAE, investing in the UAE, and plus in the crypto world, making sure that my dream is as an Emirati to see the top 10, 15 crypto firms having their HQs in Dubai. Why not start up our own crypto city? We have the media city, we have the IFC where we are right now. Why don't we start our own crypto city? Why don't I become the first minister of digital assets on a global level? So I do have a dream. Every Emirati is ambitious and has a dream. And inshallah, you never know where destiny does lead to a person.
With you, there's no doubt.
Inshallah.
So we'll have to talk about it.
Inshallah.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Always very kind.
Thank you.